everybody.
来ましたね。
As RJ mentioned, my name is SeriouslySurly. I'm here to run some Baldur's Gate 2 any percent today. In good news, we have glitches again. Also in good news, we had a naming incentive. So RJ, what is the name of our character for this run?
今回はこのバルダースケート用に、ドネーション募ってたみたいですね。
Capital B, space, BHAALSON.
Baldbalson.
Baldbalson.
All right.
Take it away, Baldbalson.
I am glad that we are named after our own father. This is good. This is very good. Just a quick rundown of the character we're going to be using for this run. We're using a mage thief that we rolled up. We have some really high stats here. Some of that's necessary, some of it's not. You know, we like to optimize, so we did. We put most of our points into pickpocket and the rest into hide and shadows. We're going to be running some familiars, some magic
キャラクターの名前をね、決めるビットということで。バルバルさん。
So, good luck to me.
どういう意味なんでしょうか。
We do play this on core rules, so we're not trying to make our lives too easy, but also not too hard. But time is going to be when I hit venture fourth here, so let's give it the good old countdown here with 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
レッドラックです。
So the first thing we do is ignore Imoen and get her to cast spells on us while we try and.
バルダースゲートという作品、名前は聞いたことあるんですけれどね。あまり私は詳しくなく。もともとは TRPG、ダンジョンズ&ドラゴンズを元にしたコンピューター RPG。ははは。キャラクターを作って、それでダンジョンを攻略していくっていう感じなんですね。名前はキャラのお父さん。あ、本当ですか。なるほど、なるほど。
Open up some doors and then cast a magic missile at things because magic missile is a good spell. I will take no arguments. Close the door behind us so that people can't get in. Doors are complicated, therefore you just close them and there's no more danger. And we're going to stand in front of this trio, cast magic missile again, and just run past them. That aggro mechanic's a little broken.
遠距離から攻撃できる魔法キャラにしてるんですかね、今回は。
This is fine. This is why we make saves.
I see what you did there.
It's illustration by example. So then, Imoen goes back and clicks on that portal for us. Well, okay. She's mad at me now, and that's fine. Gonna talk to Yoshimo here, and then we're going to hide in the shadows so that Imoen can despawn. And then we're gonna put some stuff on my character.
あ、そういうことですか。じゃあこの辺りがダンジョン&ドラゴンズエリアっていうことなんですね。
We're gonna cast the right spell. Saves again. Saves are important. So this is Monster Summon 1. We're looking for 2 or more. We got 3. 3 is great news. I'm hotkeying through some spells so that we can get to them faster. And then we're going to stick all of my summons on the first thing, and then I am going to attack the second. Well, the first and the second, and then, hey, look, it's done. That's a nice, easy boss room fight. Gonna save. We're going to do the thing I forgot to do before I rested the first time. I put more invisibility into my spell slots, and then we're going to do some more spell casting. So you're going to be noticing that I'm doing some pretty quick spell casting here. I'm using a known glitch, I guess. You can call it a glitch if you want to. It's not really. You can save the game at any given time. It's called a quick save unless you are in combat. And then if you are not in combat, you can save and then reload. The system runs on round counters. So like D&D, every 6 seconds, there's a round, and I can only take so many actions per round. If I reload the game, I'm back at the top of the round and I can take a new action. So it's just an RTA nice to have thing. So, we are out of the big nasty dungeon. We don't know why we were there. I'm not ever going to explain why we were there. It's not important. We are now in this is the main city that we spend most of the time of the speedrun in. This is not Baldur's Gate. I know that the game is called Baldur's Gate. This is not Baldur's Gate. We're going to be talking to some people and getting ready to go run down a bridge, which, you know, seems exciting, and it really isn't. So I'm going to be resting and then going and making infinite money. So RJ, now would be a good time if you have any messages for us.
Sure thing. I'd like to take a moment to remind us what we're all here for. We are here for RPG Limit Break 2026. We are raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. NAMI was formed in 1979 as a grassroots advocacy organization by a group of parents whose children suffered with serious mental illness. And they have maintained that focus to this day. So remember, all donations that we raise throughout this marathon, from directly donating any merchandise we sell, anything like that, is going directly to NAMI.
You got all kinds of time here, so keep going.
Sure thing. Why don't we take a moment to talk about some of the prizes? I know some of them are coming up to an end right after this Baldur's Gate run. We have Yeast Revelations in Salsetta. I shouldn't have picked this one. I'm gonna give. There's a bunch of Yeast. So we have Yeast, the Oath of Felghana, and Yeast, the Oath of Felghana Steam Key.
ショップですね。
The first two are $10 minimum donation, and then the last one is a $5 minimum donation. Those are only available until the end of this run. So if you're interested in having a chance to win one of those, please get your donations in now.
So in case you're wondering how easy it is to make infinite money, is just grab a couple of wands and then do this nice little circle pattern with your mouse, and hey, look, number go up.
なんか売っては買って売っては買ってを繰り返して
I
ます
never
ね。
thought about trying to, sell the thing
これは
back
何
to
が
the
起きてるんです
person
か？
I bought it from, steal it from them, and then keep selling it to them.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a known thing for a number of games, but, you know, it exists here too, which is great, and we're going to abuse all kinds of it.
金稼いでる。
Our target here is 108-ish thousand, give or take. That's good enough. We're going to sell off this power word because I don't actually need it. It was just for
錬金してた感じですか？あ、盗んでる？
down here. Take a
なる
rest.
ほど。
Try not to get awakened by a rest. They really want to talk to me today, apparently. Sleeping in the
あんな
streets.
明らかな店の場所で
Man, you didn't spawn. Ugh, we're too
店
early.
のものを取ったら泥棒ですよ。
Which means I have to try and rest in the streets again. There she is. Hi.
Hello there.
Welcome. I'm going to grab some of invisibility potions
今
because
度は
those are
薬
good.
屋ですか
And
ね。
these
今度
are
はちゃんと買い物してますね。さっき買い物し、あ、さっき稼いだ金で
onto my hotbar. If they would click nice for me.
薬ですかね。買った感じです。
We use one of those oils of speed. You've been noticing that I've been using haste a lot. Haste is a good spell, also makes me move fast. Oils of speed do the same thing. They make me move fast. They do something with attacks, but we don't really swing swords in this game. I understand that it is D&D, and that is an option. It's just not the character we're playing. We are going to attempt to charm this guy. He has a name. And if we don't, we just try again. So this is some behind-the-scenes stuff where saves exist and
レベリングしてますね。
spell DCs versus saves, and there's dice rolling, and it's all very complicated because this is all in the Facto system, and we're just going to ignore that and wait until he says Dire Charmed, and move him over here, cast a spell on myself so that I don't die immediately, and then watch him get died immediately.
魔法だとやっぱこうやって魔法なのかな？
Can recommend.
ボウガンとかなのかな？でも末裔っぽいから魔法なのかな？
They double my move speed.
遠距離攻撃だとやっぱ安全圏から
I now have quad speed, and that is called speed tech.
戦いやすいっていうのはあるでしょうね。
So,
特にこうやってダンジョンとかキャラクターの配置がある程度決まっているタイプのゲームだと動ける範囲も決まりがありそうですしね。
extra speeds because that seems good for me, and a protection from magic from this vendor. We're going to grab a
プロ
very
テク
nice
ションって言っ
robe
てたんで、
and a katana
戦
from
闘中に
this
使うアイテム
vendor.
とか
And
です
then
か
we'll
ね。
wander up to this vendor.
装備も整えてますね、ここ
Grab
で
some
ね。
clairvoyance, which is down here. These we're not paying for because, you know, we only have so much money. A limited wish, and then some symbols of death. Put all this kind of fun stuff on. Those should stack, please. Thank you. And then this
剣
replaces
持ちましたよ。
menuing done. Hard part of the game right there. Cool. Now that we have all of our items from we are now going to finally interact with the storyline. And by interact with the storyline, I mean sleep in a graveyard. Hey, look, a vampire appeared. How very strange. This vampire wants me to pay them an exorbitant amount of money. Again, why we made some choices and made infinite money for ourselves. But now we've agreed to go do some tasks for this vampire, and those tasks are not, you know, very nice. First task we're going to do is not the task that she asked us to do. She wants us to go, like, get a crate from somewhere, and I'm just not about that right now. So instead, I'm going to summon a bunch of guys here, and then try to backstab
何攻撃ができるようになってそうですか
and that
ね。
went really well, so that was nice. And then pick up a key. I didn't even need my guys, which is very unusual. That was a fabulous backstab. Love to see it. And then we're gonna go check out this hideout. We were just here, but now we're going into the basement. Because everybody knows that you put hideouts in the basement. This is just what you do with hideouts. We're gonna stare at this wall, and hopefully it turns blue as well. There it is. Or pink or purple, I don't know, I'm colorblind. And then we're going to pickpocket this dude. And then go back invisible. I think I'm out. I got one left. How about that? How about that? Wander through here. Cast a globe of protection on ourselves. That was that protection from magic that we saw earlier in that shop. We're going to put on some of these other spells and these potions of invisibility. Because again, being invisible is very good. You really, really love being invisible. Now, we wander through this and try not to aggro too many things, because if I do... Oh, come on. There we go. Helps if you actually push the button after you push the button. Just kind of wander through, and bad things are happening around me, and it's fine. I am protected. I have a blue bubble. Make a save here. We are casting a spell at the darkness, and again, we have to deal with saves, like spell saves. So we're just hoping to see death, and death is good, so we can pick up that key. And then we can wander our way back to that door we opened after staring at the wall. Go back invisible. Saw the attacks popping up and reminded myself, oh, being invisible is good. And it is. So now we come down here and use another one of these death symbols to just, you know, murder that orc pack, because that seems good. These shadows are very scary. We don't like
結
them.
構敵いますよ。
That's just the theme of the game here. Open the door. Once again,
通
attack.
れる限りは通れちゃうのか。
This is also good. If we don't like to fight, we don't. So we just
あー、いっぱい来た来た来た来た来た来た来た。
fill a room with fog and then
ドア開けて
go invisible. And now
湧
we're
いてくる
invisible.
敵を引きつけながら戦う感
Because
じ。
the aggro mechanics of this game, they won't follow, because I'm
いけたの
invisible.
かな。
Now we stand here and patiently wait for a story trigger to pop. While we wait patiently, I'm going to do a little bit of leveling. Doesn't really matter where we put some of their points, but we do want as many invisibilities and such as possible. And then we're going to put Skull Trap on. Skull Trap will be used quite a bit for the end of the game. Hey, look, story trigger. So, we've done a thing that we don't even know that we needed to do yet, because the story flags in this game are a little off kilter. We're going to go do the thing that we were actually asked to do.
スリのスキル。
This dude. Or murder him. You know, there were options presented.
魔法使い以上に
I'm going to
泥棒なんですか。
because murder is slow. And now we're going to head back and talk to that lovely vampire lady again. So,
ですか泥棒。
now's a good time for another message if you got one.
Sure. I would like to just take a moment to remind everybody how we're trying to support the mission statement of NAMI. We would like to encourage our viewers in chat and our donors to avoid using mental health-related pejoratives when describing situations that are extraordinary. These include terms like crazy, insane, mental, nuts, bonkers, etc. We ask you to be mindful of the specific language you use, as many people do not realize these are pejoratives. Instead, consider substitutes
なるほど。
such as amazing, ridiculous, wild, or bananas. We greatly appreciate your cooperation.
重要アイテムをど
that
ん
you
ど
can
ん
carry this
取っ
forward
てい
in your
く。
everyday lives.
RTA としてやりそうですね。
Language is important and you should use it wisely.
そういう道があるなら、どんどん活用
I
していく
went
でしょう
and
からね。
didn't murder somebody again because that, again, seems to be a good idea and also is faster. So now we're going to talk to Bodhi a couple times, and then we are out of which, if you played this game normally, is a little fast. We are cruising through here, mostly because... Interesting. See if that has stuff later. We'll find out. We're on an adventure now.
Who doesn't like improvising live?
It's fine. It's fine.
イベント中ですか、これは。
The good news is we made it out of So
お、
that
船に乗りました。
we're going to use clairvoyance here. It's just going to reveal the map, which is really nice. And then we're going to suck down this oil of speed while I scroll on the map and come up here.
Your journal
This,
has
Pirate
been
Town
updated.
Has, relevance, I think. It's been so long since I've actually
歌詞
been here in any real sense. We just convinced this guy that I am not doing well mentally and that I need to be institutionalized in some capacity, and then convince Lonk the Sane,
消える魔法
the name here,
バニッシュとかっていうことか
to let us out. And now we get to see one of the old tricks that is
秘
back.
密行動しやすくなる感じなのかな
This
敵
used to
に
be
気づ
known
かれ
as
なくな
shoving a
る
bear through a keyhole. And now, because of our race and class and whatnot, we are not putting bears through keyholes. We are shoving fairy dragons through the cracks, I guess. And that's a very significant sequence break, which is great. We're saving so much time. I then unfortunately have to murder my familiar, which hurts me deeply and it hurts my character, just so that I can resummon my familiar down here. So we're going to reset this back up. Just make a nice little... Ooh, go back. Go back. No. We're in a good spot. You.
通り抜けられないか
And that usually works. Sometimes it gets a little fussy on this corner, but, you know, other times it works nice. And then we shove another fairy dragon through another keyhole, and we are through Spellhold. And that's a gigantic time save. So we love to see that.
なんかスキップしたっぽいですね。ジャイアントスキップって言ってましたね。
The nice thing with the Underdark is that all you have to do in the Underdark is be invisible. Well, it helps if you actually cast the clairvoyance you told yourself to cast earlier. So let's do that. All right. Now that I can see, all you have to do in the Underdark is run, and then talk to a dragon, and then run, and then you're done. That's the whole Underdark. It's very simple, and people have, you know, just a bad reputation with it, and I don't know why. Because you just walk around. Isn't it great?
I don't think I've ever heard anybody make talking to a dragon sound so mundane.
なるほど。ストーリーを
We're almost home. We're almost into this cavern.
ぐちゃぐちゃにしてるん
Look,
だ。
dragon. Hi, dragon. How are you? Please stop.
確かに消えてますね。あ、出てきた。
Oh, you have more to say. No, bad
Eh?
dragon. I'm trying to run away.
ボスっぽいやつから
Back to running.
一瞬で逃亡しましたけど。
The important things.
いいの
We're
これ。
going to visit our last shop of the game. We have one thing we need to grab here. We can't really speak the same language, but that doesn't matter because all I need to do is come down
お買い
here,
物し
steal
てま
this
すね。
limited wish out of their pockets, and then we are done with shopping. So, This
かっ
is
た
this is
四
going
角い
well.
のは
We are happy
何
with
なんだ
this.
ろう。魔法なのかな。
Clairvoyance here. We're gonna go bribe a drow guard. Hopefully not die in the process, because there's sometimes very nasty things in this room, and that's okay that they are not here today. Now we go through a war zone. We just kind of ignore the fact that this is all happening, and just don't want to be here. This looks dangerous. Let's be gone. Okay, that's that chapter done. So now this elf wants to talk.
さっきのドラゴンは
I
良か
have
っ
a
たのかな。
lot to say. RJ, you have time for yet another message?
わからないけれど、
We have a $15
EST は半分を超えてますね。
comment, and then we also have $25 from the Mask of Verona with no comment. Thank you so much for those donations. So why don't we take just a few minutes to talk about some of the incentives that we have going on right now that when you do make a donation to RPG Limit Break, you can put that money towards to extend the marathon or see some extra content. Right now we have kind of a ferocious bid war going on to name the character in the Eye of the Beholder run coming up. We have currently in the lead, we have Zardoz with $100, but not far behind is Goose with $75. So if you would like to try and snipe that name, you definitely have time, but it's got to come in pretty soon before this run's over.
Yeah, this run is going to end very, very fast. So let's just rearrange some items here before we go through this door. This door has a nice autosave for me. This is a very dangerous sequence of events. Remember that vampire lady that we were doing deals with before? Yeah, we're kind of double-crossing her. And we've teamed up with everybody's favorite team. Everybody say hi to Caddy Bree and Regis and Guinevere, and I think Bruner's in here somewhere. And of course, Dritz. Yeah. Dritz is going to do all of our work for us. We used improved haste on him. There we go. Please kill Valen. That sounds good. All right. Door should be open with that. Oh. We were doing so well. Okay. We really can't get hit here. Vampires have something called level drain. And if I get level drained, that's bad for my health and everyone around me. But it also makes the end of the game way harder. So we're just not going to do that. We're going to go back and say hi again to the crew and not get hit this time and not get dominated, because that also just kills me, and that's bad. Look at him go. He just mows through these things. It's great. The reason I'm not swinging my sword is because I am not anywhere near this good. There goes Valen. Cool. Let's get out of here. There's that room. Done. Recast our haste here. Come along, come along, come along. Here we are.
なるほど。
I am going to put on protection for magic weapons. Not that it's going to do me
レベルを厳密に管理してたら、確かに RTA 成立しなくなりそうですね。レベルアップで能力が上がるタイプゲームだと、まあそれだけで火力の管理できなくなりますしね。覚えた技忘れるタイプだとより深刻ですけど。
Now we're just waiting for Bodhi to not save versus death. So each of these running by here is Bodhi refusing to die because she vampire. She very strong. And please, please, please.
He is really refusing.
There it is. Okay. Now we gotta wait for the bat to fly, and it's this is normal, unfortunately. Thank you for your help, Dritz. We appreciate you. I then take one of the stakes that were handed to me earlier and drive it through her heart.
少なくとも日本的な単性コマンドの RPG とちょっと違うでしょうから、基本アクションでやってるんだとは思うんですけど、そうするとやっぱり接敵して戦うのなかなか大変ですよね。相手の行動をいかにキャンセルできるかっていうのが肝じゃないですか。多分装備してる武器とかそういう観点で選んでるんでしょうね。ノックバックするとか。
It's been a long time since I've engaged with the story of this game. I can tell you, however, that it is the ending of this does tie very well to Baldur's Gate 3 in a very minor way, which I'm not going to give away just yet because we're going to have to get that cutscene together. Here's the tree. We're going to do our usual shtick at this point of wandering around invisible and picking stuff up. Some of these are more important than others. Like that time stop was very important. We'll get to that later.
そっか。大きなマップだと、ここ行ってねを指示しておけば、移動してる間は操作がなくなるってことなのか。あ、それも含めて、姿消せる魔法って大事なのかもしれないですね。多分、そういうのなかったら、画面外で操作するのって、リアルタイムでの設定に直結するから、危ないですよね。
Put some things back on. That was nice of him to not look under my own feet for
また大きなドラゴンと接触がありましたけど、あれはボスっていうよりはチェックポイントとして挨拶してる感じなのかな。
We're not here to solve it. We're mostly just here to deal with it, I guess, in some way, shape, or form. We're going to cast Wish. Wish is a fun and important spell. Hi. We're going to wander in here. This is a big, long cutscene. I don't want to deal with it, so we're just going to sequence break that by using Wish. And then pickpocketing that guy. And pickpocketing that guy makes it so I don't have to watch him sacrifice himself for the greater good. As far as we are aware, he is now alive. So 3 of those items that I've been running around picking up.
カットシーンが入って、
now we have an avatar of Rilliphane. The avatar of Rilliphane is going to make sure that I don't die here, right?
ゴーレムが出てきましたか？
Good boy. Okay.
なんか強そうなのいっぱいいますけど。
This is important because now we get to watch an actual cutscene. This one is just because we don't have enough wishes to skip this one as well.
エベルドレイン。なるほど、そういう技があるのか。そうなると確かに危ないですね。切り抜けたっぽいですね。
Okay. We have one last thing to pick up, and that is a horn. So now we have a harp and a horn. Once again, proving that bards are a great class, and bards should be taken off of the people's
移動中ですね。来た来た来た来た。
And the only reason I'm going to use to support that is just because it allows you to progress the game in Baldur's Gate 2. So we put a harp over on one side, we put a horn on the other, and that allows us to keep moving with the game. And that is why Bard is a good class. That's it. That's my only supporting evidence.
多分この姿消せる能力があるってことは逆にレベリングほとんど最低限しかしてないでしょうしね。
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan. So now, remember when I talked about Skull Trap a long time ago? Yeah, we're finally getting to that part of the run. We try not to murder ourselves with our own skull traps.
バトルシステム的には FF12 に近いです。
So this is an extreme case where you get to see me do a lot of round resets very fast.
あ、レベリングしてますよ。
Right next to each other. And then we get to murder things.
こいつがまたあれか、動かないで安全に倒せる敵だったってことなのかな。あ、またいます。
So I should be able to put 4 of these things down per rest, assuming I don't just walk at them. You know, that happens. This is what exists.
You're just testing it out to make sure it was going to work.
Right. This is stress testing the traps. Yeah. So it's very good, very good.
Back in these days, you had to do your own Q&A.
Right. We are almost done. We have a third one of these to deal with. There's my... Come on. There it is. These I like to put a couple extras down just because they are a little hardier than the other brand. Pop a little save here in case I screw this next part up.
おお。だいぶ稼ぎしたっぽいですね。
Lots of talking. These two have history. That is usually about as much of that I read of it. And then
スリがテキストスキップにつながっている。
him into the fog of war. And hey, look, we get to abuse the exact same thing we've just been abusing, which is great. So a normally hard fight is not so bad.
ぼちぼち稼ぎも終わりぐらいですかね。
Two main takeaways of the game.
EST も近づいてき
Be
ました
invisible
ね。
and run away, and attack the darkness. So, if you're ever looking for advice on how to play CRPGs, there you go.
Honestly, feels like solid life advice at the same time.
Be invisible and attack the darkness.
Simply just do not be there.
So you have come to us at last. You honored it is because you do. I see the despite your great.
All right, we are once again going to be casting Wish. We are dual purposing this Wish. We are both do want to skip a cutscene. This cutscene. Hey, look. I want
なんか強そうなドラゴンだ。
moving. But I also wanted to turn into a mind flayer. And hey, look.
あ、逃げちゃった。
To Baldur's Gate 3 right here. I am now a mind flayer. I am now the pilot of my own destiny. Or something. This is another thing that came back recently, which I'm happy about. And so we can just put this rock on the floor and pick it back up.
なんかしてるな。
And if it was 5, if it wasn't, we'll find out in a second. It was 5. I can count. Counting on stream is hard. I drank an invisibility potion right before this happened, but this is the final fight, so time is
なん
coming
か
up.
このゲートを開くための重要アイテムとして使ってたのかと
It's
思
a
うけ
very
ど。
involved fight.
なんか4つ同じもの使ってたように見えたのは俺だけですか？
Dialogue. Wait for him to summon all of his big angry things. All right. It is time to eat brains. We cast time stop. We click. Brain is eaten.
これラストバトル。
Wait for it. Time.
おなんか突然終わった。
So yeah.
30分56
That's
秒で
Baldur's
終
Gate
了
2
です
and all of its glory at this point.
GG.
We're very pleased that a lot of the skips from the old runs.
いやー、
We're very happy to be able to show those
こ
off
れ
again.
な。
Really appreciate RPG Limit Break for having me. Really appreciate all of the folk over the Discord for helping out and getting
チャートがちゃんとできてれば
today.
RPG のバトルって普通にあっけなく終わるときありますからね。
It's been fun, like the last year and a half or so, watching this drop in like a half an hour. Really appreciate the notes and the support. Thanks to the people showing up and saying hi.
エニパーだから別にグッドエンドとかではないわけだ。
We've got some cool runs coming up later today. We've got what Eye of the Beholder 1 and 2, and then the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. So it's a lot of good, fun speedrunning up ahead. And yeah, I've been Seriously Surly. This has been Baldur's Gate 2. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Thank you so much, Surly, for that awesome run. Thanks for showing us that.
はーい、ということで、バルダーズゲート2、ね、エンハンストエディションご覧いただきました。
Quick little ad break, but do not go anywhere.
では次のゲームの準備に参りますので、しばらくお待ちください。
Welcome back to RPG Limit Break 2026. We have a prize segment coming up in just a few moments, but before we get there, I'd like to read off 2 donations. We have a $5 donation from Dull Focus with no comment, thank you so much, and we have a $250 donation from an anonymous donor without any comment, but thank you so much for that. And now, without further ado, we have a bunch of new prizes that you can win while making donations to RPG Limit Break. And to tell you about those donations, I am going to throw it over to Amberly and Shadow and Cygnus. Take it away.
Hello, I am your friendly neighborhood prize coordinator, Amberly, and we're actually here for a very special prize segment where we are going to be talking about the making of prizes. And I'm joined today by the wonderful Shadow and Cygnus.
Hi.
So you're known around a lot of the communities as the sword guy, right?
Yes.
Yep, so tell me a little bit about what got you into making prizes for events like this.
I started attending these events, 3 or 4 years ago as a way to hang out with my friends. And I started volunteering, and I was looking for more ways to contribute. And I am not a audio tech or stream tech or a really technology person. I'm a carpenter. That's what I know how to do. So I was thinking about it, and I noticed that we always had these prize segments going, so I know how to make things. Let's see if I can offer to make things for people. And from there, it sort of snowballed into, I figured out how to...
ジャパニーズリストリーム引き続きご覧いただいておりま
I mean,
す。
from there, I started making swords.
Yeah, you're definitely the sword guy, and you have made us a wonderful sword for our event this year, which we have just over here, if you wanted to bring that on over. Talk about that a little bit. This one is not quite available yet, but we did want to take this opportunity to showcase it. This is the Dualiso replica that Shadow and Cygnus made. You're going to be able to start donating for it at the beginning of the Dragon Quest 7
Shadow
run
Cygnus
tomorrow.
さんということ
So
で
this
すけ
one
れど
isn't
も
quite available yet, but like I said, we wanted to talk about it. So yeah, tell us about this sword.
It is made of purple heart, and we have yarn for the handle here. I made a custom wood filler to sort of make this corrupted, sort of dark shadowed look here.
この聞き間違いじゃなければ、
Went back and kind of
このプライズの制作者ってことですか？
And I could go into more into detail about the advanced construction process, but I spent a lot of time also sort of staining and working the shade back to make it look more, to try and capturing more of the lightning look from the game itself. Unfortunately, in that game, it's actually a lightning sword. I am not that good.
Yeah, it's a little
なんか
hard
面
to
白い方が関わってるもんですね。
elements
こういう
from
コミュ
these,
ニティイベント
but
っていうのは
I。did forget to mention this is from Expedition 33, if you weren't aware. I haven't played the game yet, so I'd have Shadow and Cygnus kind of explain it to me.
Yes.
But it is a wonderful thing. And what kind of inspired you to make this weapon in particular?
Expedition 33 has a very special place in my heart. I really enjoy the message of the game, as do many people. And it's just sort of hit me that, when I was playing the game, I saw all these very cool, very powerful weapons in it. And it just felt right that I need to make it. And I mean, the short version of that is that there's a particular point in the game that I was joking about, there's going to be a field of swords, which is a meme from a particular anime. And I found it, I'm like, well, I've played myself.
Fantastic.
So I kind of had to. That's
Okay.
so I just started making them. And I started, just kind of picking different, hopefully the most practical ones I could make, because there's some of them that I'm not going to make.
Yeah. There's many video games have those weapons that we just look at and we're like, that is amazing. I want one.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen without a lot of skill and
Yes.
materials and things, and maybe even magic.
I view myself as sort of halfway in my journey of learning how to craft these things. My dad, who's my mentor, is a genius at these things, and I provide the crazy ideas. He will lean over my shoulder and sometimes say, you might think about doing it this way instead, otherwise you might get in trouble.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. So with all these prizes, what would you tell somebody who was kind of in your position? Because you said you started coming to the events like a lot of us do, to hang out with friends, meet the community. What would you say to folks that are watching the segments like you and are like, I wish I could make cool things like that, or I want to make cool things like that, but I don't know where to start?
What I tell people to start off with is sort of find your motivation. Like, why do you want to make prizes? I mean, there's several common approaches to it. Like, for example, I was looking for a way to not only contribute and kind of provide a service, but also connect with my dad, who is my mentor and has taught me so much. But he traveled a lot when I was younger to provide a really good life for us. And as I've gotten older, we've had a chance to connect on our mutual shared hobby, right? So many other people, so their motivation can be anything from, they want to sort of, again, serve and provide help to a cause, such as NAMI. And it can also be that they want to improve a skill. Self-improvement is a very important part of crafting. It's probably one of the most important parts of crafting. And so it helps provide people a sense of accomplishment. Like whatever else is going on in your life, whatever else is on fire, whatever else you feel like you're just not able to make it, you can step back after crafting something and point at it and say, I made
that thing.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's probably for me. That's probably one of the funnest parts. I've made things mostly like 3D printed. I've like painted, finished in that, but there's always that like satisfaction of like I made this thing. And so we have so many creative and amazing folks that work with us that make things for us. I just wanted to touch on them briefly. Like I said, we will have that sword replica. It will be a $175 cumulative donation starting with the Dragon Quest VII run until the finale. So like I said, it hasn't started just yet, but if it's something that you think looks awesome, keep your eye out for it. Right now, though, we have this amazing Aqua Amigurumi. So this one is a $75 minimum donation until the end of Trails in the Sky first chapter. And this is another thing where it's another medium that you can craft in. You don't have to be a woodworker.
日本だとやっぱこういうイベントのドネーションに返礼品がつくのはダメなんでしょうけれど、こういうことができることによって在野のクリエイターさんたちがなんか物を作る意欲につながるっていうのはそれはそれでいい循環なんでしょうね。本当にコミュニティイベントだなという感じがします。今こういう話を聞いてそういえばそうだよなって思いましたね。もちろん市販のものを準備してプライズにしてるっていう例もなくはないんだろうなと思いますし、でもこういう、ね、編みぐるみとかワンアンドオンリーな品物がどうしたって出てきますからね。
Yeah. It's really easy to sort of like have a project go wrong and look at it and say, oh, I've wasted so much time, wasted so much money.
そうですね。日本の場合はやっぱりスポンサードしてそこで協賛品を作ってもらって買うっていうそのシステムがうまくいってるように今は思いますね。
Because at the end of the day, you can point at it and say, I did that. It's a form of progression. It's something that's working in your life and that you've done it. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining me. And like he just said, get out there and make stuff and post it and show us. And if you have ideas, feel free to reach out to me. Yeah. Yes. Reach out to me, DM me on Discord, send me an email at prizes@rpglimitbreak.com. I love hearing your ideas and I love working with you. And with that, we're just going to send it back on to the host.
Thanks so much for that wonderful prize segment. There are so many incredible things you can win by just a simple donation throughout the marathon. We're just about ready to go, but just need a couple more minutes of hang.
さて、続いてのゲームは Eye of the Beholder 1&2。カテゴリーキャラクターキャリーオーバー。キャラクター引き継ぎっていうことですね。2時間のゲームっていうことで、1&2 についての詳しい断り書きがないところを見ると、これは、あれですかね。1と2を続けてプレイするのかな。
It looks like we're ready to get into this next run. I'm going to throw it over to Zombie Train, who will be showing you an Eye of the Beholder 1 and 2 character carryover run. Take it away, Zombie Train.
Thanks, RJ.